Hey, what's going on, my gamer squad famers? The cerebral assassin himself today is coming at you with yet another Switch repair video. I know. Today we're tackling down the super common broken latch or loose Joy-Con problem, which you can see sort of like this. Or like this. Or like this. Or this. Let's do it. So in order to tackle this project, the materials you will need are a set of Nintendo Switch latches. So let's go to eBay, Nintendo Switch latch. Go here to the sort. We go by price and shipping lowest first. And they sell you some here for, one set for $3.50, one set. I went with the 2-set one, or 4 pieces, so that I can fix my Switch and a buddy Switch, or if you plan on breaking the Switch in the future, well, there you go. So quick little disclaimer here, these do come from Hong Kong, so if you don't want to get the you-know-what virus, don't order. Just kidding. Fun fact, viruses do need a live host in order to transmit to someone else, so ordering things online isn't going to contage you. You're welcome, China. Alternatively, if you're someone that doesn't like waiting, you can always go to Amazon, and same deal, Nintendo Switch latch replacement or latch, and look for one here. Most of these are prime. Make sure you do get a metal one, and again, 4 pieces my recommendation, but there you go. I am not an affiliate, never an affiliate, so I'll post some links, but feel free to use whatever links you want. Alright, so here we have all the tools that we're going to need for the reparation process. Starting with the repair kit. This one, we got it right out of China from eBay, about $3. Obviously the Nintendo Switch with the damaged Joy-Con. And this pair of tweezers, I got it from the JoyCon joystick replacement kit that I had gotten from the previous video. You can go ahead and check that out. But you can use any regular pair of tweezers and that'll work just fine as well. So step 1, obviously, is to remove the faulty Joy-Con. Don't even have to press the button. And if they have any kind of skin or armor, you can go ahead and remove that now. So once you have your armor removed and all your tools ready to go, we can start the disassembly process of the Joy-Con. So your kit comes with 2 screwdrivers. One is a Phillips screwdriver and one is a tri-tip screwdriver. It's like a little, almost like a triangular shape. So you're gonna want ahead and remove the 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So once we have all 4 screws removed, you want to go ahead and open the Joy-Con from the spinal end, or from the back end, from the lateral end, from the curvature end. I'm just kidding. So you want to find a little groove or just along the edge and try to kind of pry it open gently. Find a spot. I found a weak spot already over here. And then slowly, there you go. Pop it right open and just gently open it, just like a book. Now there are a lot of, there's 2 ribbon cables here, so you just want to very gently open it, not separating it because you're going to tear them, and there go your Joy-Cons. Alright, so there's 2 ways of doing this. So the piece that we want to remove is right here. It's right behind this. This is the button. The latch is literally right there. You can see it moving. So it's right here. So there's these little 2 screws. They need to come off. First, I'd probably remove the one that's guarding the little metal rail. So let's remove that one first. All right, that screw is off, and that took more force than I'd wanted to. These tools aren't really good at all, so bear that in mind. You pay what you get for, I guess, but they're getting the job done, so that's fine. So let's put the screw down. Do not lose it. Very important. The next step is to remove that metal rail that we just unlocked. So this one, you can pry it right off using a flathead screwdriver, tweezers, whatever you got. You want to just get right under it, and it's got 2 little legs, so you kind of want to pry it from the edges, not so much from the middle, and a little bit at a time. So kind of go out, and up. Try not to bend it too much at all. Oh, there it is. It's out. Very good job, guys. Very good. Alright, so when I said there's two ways of doing this, here's what I meant. This screw also needs to come off. So if you're real delicate or you're scared that you might tear one of these ribbon cables, you can go ahead and you remove the screw here first, but I chose to remove it second. There's a reason why I chose to do it that way, because right here, that spring there needs to come off. So since I have this tool, I could just prop it right out of there. Just be careful, because when you prop it up, since it's under pressure, it's gonna fly right at you. Alright, so you don't want that to go across the room. If you lose it, you're kind of, you know, SOL. Now, I'm assuming a lot of you probably won't have this tool, so let's go ahead and do it the other way. Or let's just do this first, rather. Just unscrew this. This one's easier than the other one. Put that screw down somewhere safe. That's tiny. You don't want to lose that. Tiny. Very important screw too. Now once you remove that screw from there, this thing just kind of comes right out. But be careful when you do this part. The button and everything kind of falls apart, so just be careful. There's not a lot that falls apart, but here's what I mean. Right there. See, the button in the back already fell out. It's right there. So you want to put that right there in a safe spot. Now this thing that's the latch right there. We want to remove that. So again, you want to be really careful, because if you let go of, you know, if you just pull it straight out, by the way, this thing comes towards you. It comes out that way. So if you just pull it straight out, that spring's gonna fly out. So you just want to be super careful with the spring. That's the main thing about this. And there you go. The spring is across the room, and now I gotta go find it. So thankfully, finding my spring took 5 seconds. It was right behind it. It was actually on top of my desk. Thankfully, I have a clean desk today. So what you want to do is hang on to the spring, don't lose it. You want to get your metal latches and compare them to the latch you just removed, because they're not unilateral. They're different. So if you look carefully, these are the same. See how if you want to point the little rectangle north, and you could see that it forms like a little R or something. If you get the other one, again, point the little rectangle north, you could see how now they're facing each other. So these are different. So make sure you use the same one. Don't use a different one, obviously. That's for the right Joy-Con. So there you go. So you want to get the spring and put it back into the hole. I hope this is focusing. Put it right back into the hole. And then this thing, the way that it sits back on, you don't slide it back on. You want to kind of lay it down, angled, like this. See how it's kind of angled? And what you're going to do is you're going to push the spring back in, underneath. You can use a flathead screwdriver, you can use a screwdriver, you can use whatever you got, a knife. I keep referencing these sharp objects. Don't cut yourself, kids. So I failed my first attempt right there. And pop it back in. Attempt number 2. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Push down. So make sure the spring is in place and it's providing pressure, tension, which it seems to be, but I see that it's not straight exactly right now, so I'm going to straighten it out. Hope my big head's not in the way. Big brain. Okay, so that spring seems to be right in place. Right there. And what I was saying earlier is just kind of go underneath and try to pop the spring out, put your finger or something there so it doesn't fly out, and just catch it or just stop it from flying away. Simple. So you want to put back the little rail. You'll notice right in here it's got 2 little slots for the rail, so make sure you put the rail right into the slots. Let's see if I can show you closer. 2 little slots. I see them. I'll circle them in the video. The screw goes back on the left side as we removed it. Just trying to do this for the camera. I might not doing a great job, but I'm trying to get even getting angles for you guys is not working out too well. But hope you can see what I mean. Okay, that's back in, good. Squeeze it in gently. Now you get the little black screw that you removed a little while ago. Screw it back in place. Okay, good. Now you want to get your button back. Get your button, put it through here, and there's a little notch on the button. There's a little notch right there. See it on the north side on the top? You want to make sure that notch is pointing up, because on this thing like this, it's got the little notch right there too. So make sure that it points up so that it gets seated properly. And this thing, as we removed it earlier, want that little hole over here, and same with this side, little hole right there. And get the little silver screw that we took out, the tiny little one, and put it back in there. Now you want to screw this back in gently, because this is plastic that you're working with. Gently put it back in. Ta-da! Great. So again, you want to close this back up the way that it opened, with the ribbon cables bending towards you over here. So kind of like this, gently, like that, more or less. And then this kind of, you want to make sure it seats in place. Keep an eye on those ribbon cables. Make sure they're seating in place. Right there, right there. All done. So that's about it. The next step is going to be obviously to put the screws, the 4 screws back in here. But just so you can get an idea, with this, beautiful. And look at that. That ain't coming out. Not moving. I mean, it wants to open because I haven't screwed it, but it's not moving out of the slot. And then it works. And listen to that click, by the way. Beautiful click. And then listen to the stock click. A lot quieter, gentler sound. But some people might like this better, actually. A nice, firmer, sturdier click. But anyways, that's how you do that.